Hey everybody, Sandy C here, representing Lemongrass Spa. So here is a commonly asked question. How often should I clean my makeup brushes, and how do I do that? So how often you clean your brushes is really going to be dependent on how often you're using them, right? For me, I don't do my makeup every day. It's usually more of a once or twice a week kind of thing. So my brushes don't get used too heavily aside from my lip brush. And the reason for that is I use my lip brush to put on my lip butter twice a day, because I found that it actually was so much easier to use the lip brush than to use my finger, because then it's not getting up underneath my fingernails, right? Because we all know how super annoying that is to have to like pick lotion or lip butter or whatever the case may be out from under our nails. So my lip brush does get used pretty much twice a day, but my other makeup brushes don't get used quite so often. And I do use a makeup sponge to apply my liquid foundation. So how do we go ahead and clean these brushes? Well, let's back up a minute. How often should we be cleaning them? For me, I only have to do my brushes about every other week, just because I'm not using them daily. If you're using your brushes more heavily, like, at least once a day, you probably will want to be cleaning your brushes every week to week and a half, somewhere in there. The biggest thing I notice, the way I can tell that I need to do, in particular, that I need to do my eye makeup brush, my eyeshadow brush. And this is a Lemongrass Spa eyeshadow applicator, which is awesome, and I highly recommend it. So the way I can tell is when I go to put on one color and I'm kind of seeing another color still underneath there. And actually you can tell, this is what prompted me to do this today. If you look at my eyeshadow, you can see that there's a little bit darker of a hue on my lids themselves versus what's around it. That's because I had used a nice dark color the other day, and it was still remaining on my brush when I went to put a lighter color on. So I ended up with this, completely unintentional blend going on here, which looks great, thankfully. So that's what prompted me to talk about cleaning brushes today. So let's go ahead and talk about how we properly clean our brushes. All right, I've got my water running in the sink here, and I'm just letting it get nice and warm, because it does work better if you use some good, not hot, but definitely warm water. All right, and then I'm just gonna show you one brush here. I'll show you my makeup. Like, you'll be able to see probably the color come out of it. So I wet it down, and then I'm gonna take my soap. I'm just gonna put this in here. I'm gonna turn my water off. I'm gonna use a little bit. You can use, I'm just using like my dish soap, but you can use a hand soap. Look at all the color coming out of there. Isn't that crazy? You don't realize how much builds up in your brush. So I'm just gonna massage that soap in there, and you can use whatever. You can use a dish soap, you can use a hand soap, you can use whatever you have on hand. You don't really have to be too horribly particular about it. So I'm gonna rub that in there, and then once I get it good and good and washed, I'm gonna rinse it out. So now I'm just gonna rinse. And I like to make sure I rinse it real good, because obviously you don't want any soap residue left in there. And that should be pretty good. And then once I'm done, I like to take my towel and kind of dab it like this, just to make sure that I got all of the color off. And as you can see, it's coming off clean. So then you can just let it sit and air dry, and that's all there is to it. So easy peasy, that's all you gotta do. There isn't anything too complicated about it, but the hardest part about it is remembering to do it on a regular basis. I know that I struggle with that, especially because I don't use my makeup brushes real often. So So that's it. That's a little tutorial on how to clean your brushes properly. Nothing to it. And hey, y'all, join my VIP group. Look me up on Facebook, Sandi C's Lemongrass Spa VIP group. It's the best place to check out specials that are exclusively for my VIPs. And right now, we're doing a little sneak peek as far as the brand new products that are coming out. All right, y'all. My dog is ready for me to give him a treat, so I'm going to get going. I hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to y'all soon.